topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve-O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
Welcome to another Eat and Critique show with Steve-O and Sophia. What a beautiful day outside.
No, well, yeah, it is a beautiful
day. It was a beautiful day.
It was.
It was. Too bad we had to work all day and not enjoy ourselves, but it's springtime.
I know. Hey, welcome to another Eat and Critique show, and we're going to be changing our format a little bit, and I think everyone is going to love it. Sophie and I, we're always for the underdog. It's really, I mean, it just came out that way. And we started thinking about there's so many small restaurants out there that are just struggling, and they're good too. But they're struggling because they don't have an advertising budget, and with the cost of everything going up so high. So we've always gone after the big restaurants, the well-known restaurants, and we're not going to do that anymore.
Well, the smaller restaurants, we've talked about it before, don't have marketing people, and they're usually family owned. And they don't have that much of a budget to really get their name out in the community. And these are the people that actually make you feel like you're at home.
Yes.
And they treat their customers like your family. I mean, you spend a lot of time in the kitchen making sure that your meals are perfectly cooked and to your satisfaction and make you feel welcomed. And they're the ones that are closing because they don't have enough people supporting them. And we like to support our local restaurants in our community. So
we're going to, like a couple of weeks ago, we did the Sexy Kitchen. Mm-hmm. This is a little small restaurant, excellent food, mm-hmm. But she doesn't have the advertising budget and a way to get her name out there. So that's what Sophia and I are going to do. We're going to go and find the small restaurants that we're going to help them, doing it all for free. And we're going to let you know of these great restaurants that no one maybe has never even heard of, but they exist. That's going to be our format.
We kind of started doing that anyway, like La Casanita and Wariki, which unfortunately they were ones that went under. Sexy Kitchen. We have so many. Grilled Cheese Gallery. There's just so many restaurants that we've kind of already started to do that.
So we're not going to go after Benihana's or big restaurants anymore. We had a restaurant that was a sponsor of the show called Incontro. They will not be a restaurant that we target anymore. That's not what we call a small restaurant that doesn't really have a advertising budget.
Actually, we kind of made Incontro because we discovered him when he did just start. And he is, oh my gosh, he doesn't need any help anymore. He's a great restaurant. The food is great, and he's on his way. So if you know of smaller restaurants that you highly recommend, please let us know.
Send them to our website.
Our website, www.eatandcritique, and is spelled out, tvshow.com. There is a email there. All you have to do is write to us, and I personally get it. Nobody else will see it, just Steve and I, and we'd be glad to help whomever is asking for help.
Maybe we'll send them a gift certificate if they give us a name of a restaurant. Now, if the restaurant is not good, we're still going to let you know. That's not going to change. But the type of restaurants we go after are going to change completely. We really want to help the small guy.
We're going to support the smaller companies.
So,
Speaking of not good.
oh, yes.
I'm sorry. I really don't want to do this tonight.
No, we did. No, don't say that. We don't have anything to apologize about.
Anna, if you're listening, we're sorry. We love you. But I used to actually go to, in fact, I saw one of my friends today when I ran an errand, Stephanie, and we were talking about this. We both
About restaurants?
Well, this one particular restaurant we both used to go to a lot when they were closer to, well, they're actually still close to our home, but they relocated to Dixie Highway. And I don't know what happened. Lenore's Kitchen, they did relocate. Now, every time you go by, it is packed. So I thought the food was the same as the past. Used to be excellent. So Steve and I,
Used to be.
well, Steve
Well,
and
let's
I,
take it from the beginning.
yes, I told Steve, let's try it. We were both going to try to get them on the show. But after our experience, I still don't understand the attraction to the restaurant. I really don't. It was crowded. So we pulled in. There was no parking. We had to circle several times, found a spot, and it is come as you go, sit down. So you have to basically fight for a table when you get in. They don't seat you. You have to go up to the register to actually put your order in.
That bugged me.
And
I
this
gotta tell
is,
you.
yes, this is where it's going to start, and I'll let Steve.
Oh, you're going to make me the bad side? Are you kidding?
But so we're in line, and a table came open, and the guy behind me was running for it. So I was yelling, Steve, grab that table. Sit.
But
I'll
it
put the
only had
order
one
in."
chair.
It only had one chair. We told them we had to wait for a while to get the second chair. It
Wait
didn't
a minute.
matter because I was
No,
still
wait
in
a
line waiting.
No, Sophia. So I said, we're going to take that table, but there's only one chair. And you know what she said? She said, well, you're going to have to go find another chair.
Oh.
Like it's up to you.
Oh, see, now I was in line for
Oh,
that.
I was like, are you kidding me? What happened to service?
So I was in line waiting to put the order in. And that's the other thing. So you put the order in and you have to pay then and there with the tip.
Yeah, that was the next thing that bugged me, Sophia.
I know.
It's like, what if your server is not any good? What if the server was bad, like it was, and you gave him a 20% tip? And Sophia and I always tip well. But, you know, when it comes to service, how else is a person going to learn about service if you always give a 20%, good or bad?
Well, the other thing is the manager told her to clean the table. And when I finished ordering, it still hadn't been cleaned. And Anna came running over and did see that the table was not cleaned. It was pretty, she was not happy, and she cleaned it herself, but
I think she was a good manager.
she's excellent.
Yeah.
She's they're lucky to have her.
Yes.
I think she was totally
doesn't
overwhelmed
make the
by the
rules.
service, right? And they didn't have water.
So what's the first thing you get when you sit down? This is an Italian restaurant, cuisine.
Right.
So the first thing you should get is water, and actually it should be rolls too.
You should get some
Or
type
bread.
of bread. They didn't have bread. They didn't have garlic bread.
No water.
No water. You had to purchase your drink. No ice. I
Yeah.
asked for ice.
And you know
They
what?
don't have ice there.
They didn't even.
And it's hot. We're in Florida. We're in
Was that the
South
reason
Florida.
why it was the bottles? Because they don't have ice there?
They don't have ice.
Wow.
They don't have ice at all.
Because I was upset that they didn't come by and say, "Do you want a glass of, ice for your drink?" They just expected you to drink it out of the bottle.
They don't have ice. They said they
Wow.
don't have ice. And these are just little
So yeah, you
things,
picked up
but
things I didn't.
they didn't have ice. I asked for ice.
But
and
they never
said we
came
had
to the
no ice.
table,
Never.
even after our order came out, to see if everything was okay.
And I love eggplant parmesan. And I was so excited because they said it was not breaded. I can't stand eggplant parmesan that is heavily breaded. And I got it. I got the eggplant parmesan. Now, I don't mind that it was sliced thicker, but it was inconsistent.
Right.
Like some pieces were mushy and some weren't. Some weren't cooked fully. At least they got the bitter out of the eggplant, but my spaghetti was mushy. It was mushy. It was like it was overcooked. And then Steve kept saying, "I think my spaghetti is burned. Try it." And I'm thinking, "Oh, it's not burned, Steve. It doesn't look burned." But I did. I took a
It
strand.
had a really bad. I got the scampi, the shrimp scampi. It was the spaghetti, the pasta had an aftertaste,
A bad
a bad
aftertaste.
aftertaste. I mean, I don't know if it was the butter or the
Olive
spaghetti,
oil or what?
but it was a bad. And then,
It was terrible aftertaste. I don't.
yes,
It didn't even taste like anything I can't even tell you what it tasted like.
then all of a sudden I looked at one of my shrimp. Now, when you go to a better restaurant, you better get rid, you better devein those shrimp. I don't care how long it takes you. Shrimp was not deveined, and it just like grossed me out. I could not even finish my meal.
You didn't. No. I ate the eggplant. I left the spaghetti.
Yes, you did.
The-
And you said the eggplant was fairly good.
It was.
But you know what? If you've been watching or listening to our show long enough, average just doesn't do it for us. I mean, if we're going to recommend a place, it better be darn good, or we're not going to recommend it. But mine was,
Yours
it
was horrible. I have to say.
and they never even came.
to check.
Do you need to-go boxes? Can I get you anything else to drink?
How was your dinner?
Nothing.
Well, you didn't have to have anybody come to ask, do you need another drink? Because you had to go to the refrigerator and
Yeah.
buy your own drink.
I know. That's true.
But I just, if anybody's listening,
If
because
anybody's listening,
that frequents the
Oh.
restaurant,
okay.
I would love to know what the attraction is. Stephanie and I were talking about it. Years ago, it was so good. And now you go by every single day, it's packed. No matter what time of the day it is packed. And the people that are going there, they knew them by name, so they go there frequently. I really honestly would like to know why you go there, because maybe we just had a bad meal that day, or
Sophia, I don't know what it is about Dixie Highway. There is a barbecue restaurant right down the street. You can't miss it. It's got a huge cow out front.
pig. It has a huge
And
pig.
it was the worst barbecue I've ever had in my entire life. And people are lined up to go in there.
Mhm.
And I'm from Texas, so I know good barbecue. And it was, not only was it bad, but more about, having to go over to the bar to get
Your
your
drink.
water, your drink.
Remember
the
the
water.
water?
Now, I can't remember.
Remember
What's the name of the place? Something
Pig's
big.
Beach?
Pig's Beach, yes.
It's a big pink pig, not a cow.
And you're right, the water had the
Remember?
worst taste to it. And Sophia and I asked them, what's
Well,
wrong with the water?
We kept smelling something in
Yeah.
the restaurant. And she said it was a water main break or something. I don't remember that was a while ago, but people are finding out about that restaurant though.
They are?
It's not like it used to be. It's not as crowded as it used to be.
But I'm just
But-
saying, we're talking about what draws all these people in. And there are just, we gave them a really bad report, the Pig's Beach. And I got to tell you, I'm doing the same thing with Lenora's. I'm sorry for those people who really like the restaurant, but it was a bad experience
I'm
for me.
sorry. It's just, I really would like to know the attraction, because maybe we did have a bad meal that night.
Well,
But-
the menu's not that extensive. You don't have a lot of choices.
No, but it was packed. It's packed every day you go by, day or night.
You know what I noticed? There was no veal parmesan or chicken parm on there. That is like an essential.
I think they had chicken.
I didn't see it because I would have ordered it.
I think they had chicken parm.
Uh,
They had eggplant.
I'm not going to go
parmesan.
back to find out.
They had pizza. Pizzas were
Yeah,
going out the door a lot. There were a lot of pizzas leaving. A lot of to-go dinners were going. But that is our review for the night. We usually have good reviews, and I don't like to do bad reviews. I apologize.
Normally, we
Hannah,
would
if you're
invite
listening.
them to come on our show. But, when you're going to give a bad review, you don't
Wanna
invite them
embarrass them.
on the show. Yeah. We're not that bad of people.
But Anna, if you're listening, I'm sorry, because you're really good at what you do, and you tried.
So we've told everybody about our new format.
Mhm.
I really hope that our listeners will get behind this, because it's kind of like we're going to help out the underdog. And there's a lot of underdogs out there. And Sophia, every day now, because we read a lot, Sophia and I do, about local restaurants. We really keep up with the news. And I'm telling you, there's some big restaurants that are going out of business that have been around for 30, 40 years.
Outback Steakhouse just closed 31 more restaurants, which surprises me.
Well, you know what? I was surprised. I saw Red Lobster in Coral Springs is always packed. always. And I just read that they're closing down over 200 restaurants, and that if things don't get better, they might have to declare bankruptcy. One of the biggest Burger King franchises is closing a lot of Burger Kings up. It is sad, but I read in Orlando, like one of the top steak restaurants, been in business for 40 years, just shut their doors down.
I still think that was because it most likely was family owned and the parents wanted to retire, and maybe their children didn't want to take over the business.
How about Taboo, though, Sophia? There's a
Well,
restaurant.
Taboo was political. I'm like really very sad about that. That was political.
They lost their lease, right?
They tried hard to keep it. That's a historical site.
Yeah, look how
And
long
they
they've
should
been open.
never have closed that restaurant ever. And that, I believe that was political.
But with the economy, things are not like they used to be. Used to be, remember when a restaurant would make a mistake? I mean,
Mhm.
they'd either offer you something new or take it off your bill. They don't want to do that anymore.
Or give you a free dessert or
Something like that.
something.
They don't even do that anymore. A
No.
lot of restaurants.
They give you the check and say, thank you. See you later.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
It's crazy out there what's happening to restaurants. So Sophie and I are going to do our part, and there's tons of great little small mom and pop restaurants that we're going to promote. They got to be good though, but we're going to let you know about them. So we'll do the footwork for you, because it's all not so easy to find out these restaurants.
Well, I, like Vincent's Bistro and Lake Worth, the French bakery, they are so good. And I think people are finally discovering them. We have Mestizos up in the
I got to tell you something
Northwood.
about Vincent's.
Uh-oh.
I have had this craving for
No.
Vincent's, and I went there last Saturday morning, and the whole block was shut down.
Oh, because of the Chalk Festival.
Yes.
Mhm.
And this morning I got up early and I went down there. I said, there's no festival. I go there.
Don't tell me they're closed.
They're closed
On
on Mondays.
I could
And I
have
should
told
have
you
known because we
that.
had them on our show before, but I've been dying for Vincent's. The crepes.
I'm dying for that potato quiche.
Yeah, the quiche
That
also.
is so good.
If you want just an incredible breakfast or lunch, it's called Vincent's French Bistro.
Mhm.
First of all, the selection is amazing. And if you like French pastry or French, I wouldn't say cuisine because the only thing they do is the quiche and the crepes. This place,
Croissants.
croissants,
They
many
do
different types
pastry.
of coffees.
They have pastries, the French his father bakes it all in the back. They do everything on site.
Well, I got to tell you, Dunkin' Donuts, which crazy, I love their iced coffee, and we like the
Coladas.
coladas, yeah.
Vanilla colada.
But I got to tell you, their donuts, there's nothing fresh about them. They don't even make them on site anymore.
Well, Chef told us they freeze them
Yeah.
and send them. They don't. So
So they have a few new items on their menu. I love churros. I love churros. They have a churro there now. They need to stick to coffee and donuts. It was the worst churro I've ever had, and I've had a lot of them. But on the other hand, they have an empanada that is a scrambled egg and sausage and cheese which is out of this world. I was so impressed with it. But the churro, oh, God, it was really bad. Sophia and I are talking to let me talk about places out of the ordinary. You're wondering what I'm going to say, aren't you?
What, the fuzzy?
Oh, that I'm going to get to that. No, there's a Mexican
Oh, yeah.
restaurant within 7-Eleven.
Mhm.
It's
I
called,
knew you were going to say that, Laredo.
yeah. And I got to tell you, it's not bad. Their prices are amazing, but they do a um, steak or carne asada. Amazing.
Well, you went to Mr. Shrimp too, and I've always been afraid to go in there. And I've been reading a lot of really good reviews about that. And you said
Have you
they
really?
were really good.
Yeah, they Mr. Shrimp is excellent. Now, I don't know if they would they'll probably fall under our criteria.
I doubt it. They're a franchise, I think.
Well, they have 3.
Still, I like to get the little, like the mestizos in the French bakery and,
Right.
you know, La Casanita and places
But
like
you
that.
just brought up something. So I had to go over in Fort Lauderdale one day, and there's a restaurant there. It's so crazy. I see this line of cars. Now it's breakfast time. And the place is called Fuzzy Taco.
I like the name.
Now I'm going, how could a taco place be big in the morning? So it turns out this taco place doesn't have a drive-up window. It's Starbucks. So you have to go into Fuzzy's. And I went over there, Fuzzy Taco, and I had their tacos and sausage, and I had a quesadilla. Folks, I am telling you, it is worth having to go inside to order. The prices are amazing, but their food, they make their own salsa.
Every time I hear you say fuzzy tacos, I think of Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy
Okay.
Wuzzy lost his hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy, is that how you say it?
I don't
Fuzzy
know.
Wuzzy was no more or something.
Anyway, we're going to get together with them. We're going to give you a report on Fuzz. They only have the one location, so they are small. Like I said, they don't even have a drive-through. But the food was really, really good, and I'm glad I found it.
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
I don't know why it's fuzzy.
I
Maybe
think it's funny. It's like, what's fuzzy in there? That's kind of like scary. Kind of like when I go by and see that Montezuma's restaurant, I'm like, I don't think I want to try Montezuma. Get the revenge. And you know, it's been so beautiful outside, and it's springtime. Can you believe it's March almost?
I know. I can't believe it. Next week is
You know, and
March.
Easter's at the end of March, March
What?
31st. I'm just like shocked over
what
the
happened to January and February.
well,
Oop.
our year's going so fast, and I don't like it. But the food festivals are starting to come out, and then, by the way,
We do the biggest.
we talked
Palm
we talked about getting reservations for Christmas and New Year's. Well, now you have to think about doing the reservations for Easter, because why is my kitty crying? Because Palm Beach is so overcrowded right now. I've never seen so many people out this weekend. So if you're thinking about Easter brunch, you better make your reservations quickly, because I'm sure they're already filling up.
Well, everybody knows Mother's Day is huge. Father's Day, not as much, but Easter is right behind Mother's Day. So, and we'll be.
Actually, Easter this year is before Mother's
No, no,
Day.
no, no, no. I'm
Oh,
talking
you
about
mean for the
popularity.
popular?
No, because Mother's Day is the #1 day in the restaurant business, but Easter's right behind it. So we're talking about it's very important to make reservations. And we'll have names for you next month of some great Easter places to go.
For
It's Circle
brunches.
Brunch, yes.
But we were thinking, since it's springtime and it's so beautiful out, the food festivals are going to start coming out.
That's right.
So we thought maybe we could share some of the food festivals that are coming up in case you don't have anything, because we know our foodies like to go out and eat. Maybe try to see if you could go to some of these festivals.
Sophia, before you go any further, you know what? And I think I think it's going to fall under our new heading.
Mm-hmm.
Skyline?
I love Skyline.
Is Skyline going to be fall under our new
We've tried.
underdog?
I think it would. Skyline is my sister's go-to. She's always craving it. We've tried to have them on, but Monday nights are kids' night, and
Yeah,
it is
kids
like.
eat free there on Monday night.
And we were actually going to go there and do our show live, but it's way too loud. So
She said, the owner said, it's insane here
it is
on Monday
insane.
nights.
So we might be able to talk Rebel into doing a pre-record, maybe.
We'll have to send her a
Sweet
chili dog. It's Skyline
Maybe.
chili. I left out it's chili, and the chili is amazing.
It's a Greek restaurant. A Greek started it. So basically they kind of put a little spin. It's almost like the meat in the pasticcio almost. And they make it 5-way, 4-way, 3-way, however way you want it,
Well,
with their
tell 'em,
pony dogs.
Yeah, but I get 2 dogs, sometimes 3. I won't anymore because medicine I'm on right now. But and they're small too. They're not real big, but
They're mini dogs.
they load it with chili and cheese. And I'm not a bean guy, so they make it without beans. The best chili dog I've ever had.
It's like a little dog.
And then they do the bowl with the spaghetti, and that's really good.
That's the Skyline, the 4-way, 3-way, 5-way.
They
go through.
They're on University. I think it's Oakland Park. Yes.
But they go through like 6,000 pounds of cheese a week.
Cheddar cheese.
That's how much cheese they use.
And they do a really great stuffed baked potato is really good. But if you want to really, I mean, some of you, especially if you're in Palm Beach, it's a long way to travel, but it is an experience. And what's so cool is after dinner.
Only at that restaurant, only at that Skyline.
Okay, well,
they're the only ones that do the.
I don't know any other Skylines.
There's some Naples and the West Coast. They're all there.
But they give you a Yorkie mint, after your dinner, and before you eat, they give you a bag of the oyster crackers.
And if you want to bib like me, because I make a mess. But the thing I find amazing there is they don't write anything down. So they'll take your order, like you want 2 coney dogs with or without, she'll ask, or, your Skyline chili.
And the owner is the one usually putting the chili and dogs together.
Lately, he hasn't been there, him or his wife, when we've gone. It's funny because I don't know how they remember the orders, because if you give them 10 items and the lady's shouting out 1 5-way extra beans or whatever, 5 3-ways, no onion, they don't write anything down. So we may be able to try to figure out if Rebel will be able to
I told you
play
we
the board.
we'll have to email her a chili dog.
I don't think they have skylines in Louisiana.
They don't. That's why we gotta have to email it
No,
to
but
her.
but they're, you never know. They may have one.
Let's trade her some oysters on a half shell.
She'll want crawfish.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway, so the weather is so beautiful, and there's so many food festivals going on right now that are starting. So we thought we'd share a few of them with you to give you some ideas for the weekends coming up.
We have a lot of them.
We can just do a few because time goes fast on this show. I think we only have 10 minutes left, maybe.
We have more than that.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what time is it?
Well, don't look now. This is one time silence isn't golden.
So there's a seafood festival coming up for anybody that loves seafood. And it's in Royal Palm Beach on Saturday, March 16th.
What's the name of this one?
It's Royal Palm Beach Seafood Festival.
Because there's one they have in Pompano at the Pompano Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crawfish
I remember that
festival, yes.
I wonder if that's on our
And I was a judge there one year. It was me and Captain Lee from Below Deck. I love crawfish. I was so sick of crawfish when I left there. But they had some really good Cajun bands there, though.
You weren't sick of the chili.
No. But we don't go there that often, though.
No, but
Oh, you're talking about for the event. Oh, yeah, I did.
Right.
I was like halfway through. I was like, okay, that's enough.
They were good, though.
Okay.
But so the Royal Palm Beach Seafood Festival is going to be March 16th, and it's at 11600 Point Siena Boulevard, Royal Palm Beach. And that is the seafood festival.
I wonder what kind of, if it's fried or if it's
probably everything. If it's a seafood festival, they probably have a little bit of everything, I would think. I've never been to a seafood festival, to be honest. To me, I'd like to go. I love seafood. So we'll see what that is. And then there's just so many festivals coming. Like there's an International Art and Food Festival. I believe it's also March 16th, but I don't know about
so you
this
do a
one
tasting
for sure.
and probably international tasting there.
Probably. In Lake Worth, they're starting to really build up Lake Worth downtown with a lot of the art galleries.
Mm.
And then they have a lot of new, smaller restaurants that we need to check out.
Do you know that for those of you who know Palm Beach, Dixie Highway, there are so many restaurants up and down Dixie, all mom and pop restaurants.
They are. And a lot of them have been there for many years.
Well, all I know is, I went to Napoleon's.
Napoleon Bakery.
Yeah, and it's really a cute building. It's on Dixie Highway. So I went in there. Well, I didn't go in. The door was locked. But a lady came to the door. All of a sudden the door opened and she said, we're not open. I went, oh, okay. She said, the only way you can order is online and you have to do it the day before.
I don't know if she does that now because maybe she's had problems with people coming in and she's a solo.
Oh,
she's
it's a
there
big
by
place if
herself.
she's there by herself.
She's there by herself, usually. The big thing nowadays too are food trucks. And there's like we had a food truck implosion one time.
Where was that?
Episode. We had an episode on food trucks and we called it the
Oh,
food
one of your
truck
shows, yeah.
implosion. But there's going to be a food truck festival on March 30th. And that's going to be downtown West Palm at the waterfront on 105 Avernia Street. That's like where they have all of the big events in Palm Beach. So that's going to be 12 to 5 p.m.
We should do another show on food trucks because there's so many food trucks out there, and it's not always who has the most creative designs on their truck as the best. So we should probably do another show on food trucks and find out. There's got to be some big event coming up.
Well, there is on March 30th, Food Truck Festival.
But where is it at?
I just said 105 Avernia Street, West
Oh, good.
Palm Beach.
That means nothing to me.
On the waterfront, West Palm Beach. Right on
Means nothing to
Venture
me.
Coastal, downtown West Palm Beach.
Okay, downtown. Okay. They do a
105
lot of
Avernia.
festivals down there, don't they?
They do, and this is where they usually have everything. So, let's see, what else can we say? Here's another food truck. It's this week, February
This one,
29th in Wellington.
I wonder if it'll be very big though. Does Wellington have big events?
Oh, yes. Like Vanilla Ice just did a huge event over the Christmas
He's
holiday.
doing a big one in 2 weeks in Jacksonville at a pizza place.
Mhm. So this, I'm sure, is huge. It's the Food Truck and Music Series, MTVJs, this Thursday, everyone. This Thursday.
Well, how would they do it on a
February
Thursday?
29th, the Wellington Amphitheater, which is 12100 Forest Hill Boulevard. And that's Wellington. So that one's the Food Truck and Music Series. And the other one on Thursday, too, is DeBartolo's South Florida Food Buffet. That one is, I don't know why they said, okay, because it's, can you believe March is Friday? So that's a 2-day event.
And there's 29 days in this month.
I know. What happens
So
if
it would
you were
normally be
born-
Thursday,
I always wondered if you were born on February 29th,
right?
and then the next year
You gotta
there's
wait
no
4 years.
February 29th.
You
Does
gotta
that
wait 4
mean-
years, right?
Does that mean you're 1 year old for 4
I
years?
guess so.
Or do you,
I guess.
do you celebrate your birthday the February 28th? Do you change your age?
How
How do they do
how
that?
do they do that?
Oh, I know, silliness again, but think about it. You're born February 29th, and then the next year you don't have a birthday?
So I guess you have to do it the 28th then, right?
I guess, but does that, how's that affect your age?
I don't know.
I just always wondered. But the Bartolo's South Florida Food Buffet is 2 days, February 29th and March 1st, 8140 Belvedere Road.
Lee Bartolo. I wonder if that's the family
I think it is.
who owned the San. They used to, not anymore. They got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I think it is.
Same one now, the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I think it is because I think he lives here in Palm Beach. So, but
You know what we got to do? I don't know how we're going to do it. So Sylvester Stallone has moved here.
I know.
You're friends with his mother?
Stepmother.
I would, and he is like,
Stepmother.
he is like going all over Palm Beach. We're getting sightings.
He went to the pig.
Yeah, he went to the pig.
Look, Rebel, if you're born in a leap year, when can you legally drink, vote, or drive? Legality in terms of drinking and voting is not impacted by leap years, even if someone is technically not 18 or 21. If you're born on February 29th, your birthday would be observed after 11:59 p.m. on February 28th or March 1st or non-leap years.
Wow.
You rebel.
She's so smart. Yeah, okay, so I was telling about we ought to try to get Sylvester Stallone on our show. I'd even settle for his wife to talk about restaurants they've tried because they moved here from California, and I would love to see what they think about our restaurants here versus California. So I know you can get them on the show.
I don't think so. Kathy and him don't talk, so.
Oh.
He's a little young. He's older than his mother.
Wait a minute, is she?
She's young. Kathy's young.
That's his mother?
Stepmother.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they don't talk?
No, and her son looks exactly like him.
Wow.
Which is sad. No, they don't talk, which is sad.
That is, especially with, she lives here, right?
Mhm.
And now he lives here,
Mhm.
and they don't talk?
Mhm.
You got to work on that, Sophia. You got to bring them together.
I bring a lot
we're
of
gonna
people
get-
together. Told you it goes fast. You
It
didn't
does.
believe me. So March 2nd is like Saturday. It's coming around the corner. So let's bring up the rib roundup since that's like right here. Not only the food truck in Wellington and Di Bartolo's and the Belvedere Road, West Palm, but the 101.1, the radio, always has a rib roundup, and that's actually Saturday, and it's going to be 12 to 4 in Sansbury Way, 601 to 607 Sansbury Way, the Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Beach. So New Country Rib Roundup, that would be a good one, I think.
We got to wrap this up.
I know.
By the way,
3 minutes already.
Sophia wants to get a mobster on our show who's written a book. If you know someone from the mafia for Sophia, we want to bring him on the show and talk about who he's killed in the last 25 years. I mean, where he's eaten at for the last 25 years.
Rest in pieces.
Yes. So our website is www.eatand, you have to spell out and, critique, tvshow.com. Write us, give us your favorite little small restaurant. And if you'll do that, we promise to be back next week.
But before we go, we do have gift certificates that we want to give away. I still have 2 Renos in Boca. We have a few restaurant certificates still left. So please, if you want to win, write to us on the email. Give me your address. And please go to our website. There's a subscribe on the bottom for our YouTube. When you go to YouTube, it is going to show Ask the Experts and then the Eat and Critique. Please subscribe to our channel. Please.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Rebel.
Thank you, Rebel. Be kind. Bye. Next Monday.
You've been listening to the Eat and Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics, Steve-O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve-O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve-O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing local restaurants. See you next week.